And good morning, SJB. I hope everyone had a terrific weekend. Certainly had some interesting weather yesterday. And that leads me to my first item. I want to thank all the staff and students that went to our pilgrimage yesterday. And I wouldn't say pilgrimage walk, because we weren't allowed to go on the walk. I think wisely, the City of Hamilton and our board agreed that it would not be safe, given the winds and the predicted rain, to send students up and staff up that hill. So that's fine. We still had a wonderful mass. And again, I want to thank Mr. Cheryl, Mr. Valeri, who were behind organizing a lot of the things that happened yesterday. And also, as I said, the staff and students that came. And we'll get some clarification for you in terms of your hours, but obviously you spent a good chunk of your time yesterday morning into the afternoon, so you will be compensated for that. Okay? The second item I have, unfortunately, last week we got a call from Mr. Abbott, and he is the supervisor for the City of Hamilton Parks. And basically what he said was there's such a mess now in the parking lot at Billy Shearing and on the way to, as you know, the path that you would take over to the plaza, that they're very concerned about it. And he says they're using a lot of their resources to keep the park and the parking lot clean. And basically that if that doesn't happen, doesn't stop happening, they're going to close the parking lot to our students. Now, I don't want that to happen. And I know some of you don't drive, but still, let's think about two things. First of all, the reputation of our school. As a Catholic school, we're supposed to be serious about the stewardship of creation. We're supposed to respect creation, respect our neighbors. So really, should we be littering when it's that's a very inconsiderate thing to do? And secondly, you may not be driving a car, but at one point you will be, or you may be down the road and you'd like to have some place to park, because you're certainly not going to be allowed to come and park in the school parking lot. Okay, so that is not something that we're going to have happening in the future. So please be considerate. Use the garbage receptacles, and if you find that they are jam-packed and they're not being cleaned up properly, let us know. Because to be fair to you, that you have to have some place to put the garbage. So anyway, let's work on that. And the last announcement I have, I think we'll go over pretty well. We're going back to having Spirit Wearer Days starting this Wednesday, which is great. But I would caution you to make sure that you're not walking around in the school just wearing whatever you want, because that is not going to be well received, okay? So Spirit Wearer means that if you have something that's you're part of a club or you're part of an activity, because I know for our grade 9 students this is new to you, that you can wear that, the sanctioned Spirit Wear on Wednesdays, but you are to be in full compliance the other days in terms of what you wear, okay? So let's keep that in mind. Have a blessed day. Have a great week. Take care.
Good morning, SJB. I'm Emelia.
And I'm Olivia.
And you're watching SJBTV. Thanks for joining us, Braves. Here's the latest on what's happening around your school today. Miss Fitzgerald would like to congratulate all the SJB students who were out at the pilgrimage yesterday. Your behavior was outstanding and your chaplain could not be more proud. Your reverence for the Mass has set high standards for all students to follow. Your patience and support when waiting for the bus was appreciated and admired. Well done to all the students who supported the 14th annual pilgrimage. You certainly made your school community proud. Miss Fitzgerald would also like to thank the staff that came to support all these wonderful students. Your dedication and witness of the self-giving has been wonderful for all to see. Thank you for all your support. Halloween for Hunger forms are ready for pickup in the chaplaincy office. Halloween is a great way to get volunteer hours as well as help those in need with food. To learn more about Halloween for Hunger, stop by the chapel or ask one of the chaplaincy team members.
St. Margaret Mary Parish has a volunteer opportunity for students looking for hours. They will need help November 3rd from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. and on November 4th from 4 p.m. to 6. Moving chairs, tables, and boxes will be required. You will receive a total of 5 hours for both days. Interested, students should contact the parish and ask to speak with Joe regarding the Baser volunteer opportunity. This is a reminder to all staff who have a Period 1 class for your Christmas basket forms that are due to the chaplain by Friday, October 20th. If you have any student who does not have a Period 1 class but would like to contribute to the Christmas basket program, please speak with Ms. Fitzgerald ASAP.
Any grade 11s and 12s interested in prom committee? There will be a meeting after school on Wednesday, October 18th in the library. Join the committee to make sure you get the prom you've always dreamed about instead of complaining from the sidelines. Hey grade 9s, do you have your Take Your Kids to Work Day forms in yet? The event is just around the corner, so make sure you get yours in ASAP. Thanks from Student Services.
In basketball news, there is a midget girls basketball practice today after school in the gym. Thanks from Mr. Qualia. Thank you to all junior boys basketball players who tried out on Thursday. A list of players who are invited back to this week's tryouts on Thursday at 7 p.m. Thanks from coaches Guerra and Shea. The final senior boys tryout will take place on Tuesday. That's tomorrow at 7:30 if you're a football or a volleyball player who is interested in trying out and you haven't spoken to Mr. Dunphy yet. Today is your last day to let intentions be known. Mr. Dunphy can be found in room 153, or you can message the SJBTV News Instagram account. Final cuts will be posted Wednesday. Congratulations to the senior boys volleyball team on another outstanding end to the week. Last Thursday, the team traveled to St. Mary's and defeated the Crusaders 3-0. On Friday, the team traveled to Ancaster High School to take part in their tournament. In pool play, the Braves defeated Owen Sound, Ingersoll, A.N. Mayer, and won the split over the Hamilton District Christian High School, which put Braves in the first place pool play. In the quarterfinals, the team met up again with the Hamilton Christian, but this time we took the match 2-0. In the semifinals, the team defeated and the #1 ranked team in the Halton Catholic Oakville Loya 2-0, and in the finals, after a long 9-hour day of volleyball, the team defeated Sir Winston Churchill at St. Catherine's 2-0. This was the team's third consecutive tournament win this season, as well as the third time in the past 4 years we have won the Ancaster tournament. The team is back in action tomorrow as they travel to ACMT. Keep up the great work, boys.
In football news, a big congratulations goes out to the junior boys football team, who secured their first victory of the season. Your junior boys took to the field with determination and secured a 25-14 win over Cathedral. Working as a team, your Braves scored 2 unanswered touchdowns and a field goal, followed by a final touchdown and successful 2-point conversion. Congratulations, boys. Your coaches look forward to seeing you all on the field this afternoon for practice. The senior football team had an offensive outburst on Friday, scoring 4 touchdowns. Brandon Swivel Hips McKenzie led the way with 2 rushing touchdowns. Grade 11 rookie receiver Brandon Catch Me If You Can Kermenjez stunned the crowd with a 60-yard catch and run. And Randy Rocket Tukashana started the game with a 17-yard scamper. The defense was once again anchored by Zach O'Fell and his relentless play at linebacker. The Braves also had another outstanding performance by Austin the Hammer Tolosi as he smashed the Gales' defense for over 100 yards and an average of over 7 yards per carry. Unfortunately, the Gales had offensive touchdowns of their own and added a punt return and fumble return for the 2 touchdowns that made the difference in this one. The Braves will try to get on the winning side of the ledger this Friday against St. Mary's. Congrats on another good effort, Braves. The Braves would also like to thank all their fans for supporting them during their 3 home games. We love SJB, and we will get this ship turned around. Thanks from Coach Barrett.
A lockdown is defined by police as the restriction of movement during the time of a potentially serious violent incident within the school that would endanger the lives of students and staff.
We are in lockdown. We are in lockdown. We are in lockdown.
If you are in a classroom, close the blinds and turn off the lights. Move away from the door and sit on the floor out of sight. The classroom teacher will then lock the door. You should not be on your phone during the lockdown, as you may be unknowingly giving away information to any potential intruder. If you are in the hallways, go towards the nearest open classroom and stay inside until the lockdown is over. If you are in the washroom, proceed to the stall farthest from the entrance and lock it. Climb onto the toilet seat so your feet are not visible from the outside. If you are outside, move as far away from the building as possible and head to the evacuation site. At St. John of Brebeuf, this is St. John Paul II. Stay at the evacuation site until further direction from the police or school administration. If you are in the cafeteria, exit through the parking lot courtyard. Go towards the evacuation site. If you are in the library, gather into the seminar room. Turn off the lights and lock the door if it is safe to do so. Go into a prone position, staying quiet until you are released by school administration or the police. If you are in the gym, gather into the change rooms. The teacher in the gym will lock the change room door. Gather in the furthest spot from the door and go into a prone position, staying quiet until the lockdown is over. If you are in the portables, turn off the lights, close the blinds, and close the door. Proceed to tip the desks in the middle of the classroom with the desk tops facing outwards. Stay in a seated position behind the desks until further direction from school administration or the police. If the fire alarm goes off and there is no immediate danger from smoke or fire, stay in lockdown. If smoke or fire are threatening your life, flee to a safer location. When the lockdown is terminated, an announcement will inform all staff and students that it is complete. All staff and students must follow instructions as they are given once the lockdown is terminated.
Wrestlers are reminded of their training session this week. Tuesday practice will happen right after school, while Wednesday, the team will be meeting at 4:15 for mat setup. Please plan to stay for at least 90 minutes each practice. Thanks from Coach DiBiase and Verasso. That's all for today's news, SJB. And remember, failure is only a bruise, not a tattoo. Persistence is the key to excellence.
Have a magnificent Monday, Braves, and don't forget grade 9s to get your Take Your Kid to Work Day forms in.